السلام عليكم. معكم عبد الرحمن عمران. We will start introduction to Google Cloud Platform. Today it will be introduction in English, and we will go through the Cloud Study Jam online, totally in English. If you are interested in this study jam in Arabic, please feel free to attend tomorrow, inshallah. And it will be a replication from today's session, but today it will be totally in English. If you have any questions, please feel free to write it down on YouTube chat, and I'll try to respond to all of the questions as we go, inshallah. Let's start with the Cloud Study Jam outline. It will be a few minutes of introduction, like high-level introduction. What's the cloud computing? What's the Google Cloud Platform services, and how can we utilize it in our own projects? We will give you a few examples on how can we leverage the powerful of cloud computing on GCP in our own startups, in our own personal projects, business projects, whatever the scale is. And we will give you a few examples that you can just imagine how can you utilize it in your own real-world projects. Then after the quick introduction, we will go through a practical example using Quick Labs, and we will give you access to the Quick Labs platform so you can test these test these technologies and these services yourself without any issues, and you will get free access to Quick Labs for 1 full month if you are following this online study jam. Then if you completed 4 labs on the Quick Labs platform, you will be eligible to get free access to Coursera, and we will tell you how can you get this access at the end of this session, inshallah. It will be around 3 hours, and you can complete learning the upcoming labs on Quick Labs as you go. And if you have any questions, you can feel free to reach me on Twitter. I am Omranic, OMRANIC on Twitter. If you have any questions, please post it live on the YouTube chat, and we'll answer these questions while we go. If you have any other questions later on, you can feel free to reach me on Twitter, and we'll try to help as well. Again, if you are looking for the Arabic version of this lecture, make sure to attend tomorrow, inshallah. It will be totally in Arabic. So let's start with today's session. First, before we talk about GCP and cloud computing on Google Cloud Platform, let's talk about the cloud models. The cloud models, that's the basic infrastructure for any cloud platform with any vendor. The cloud models are many available currently. We will talk about only 4 of them. These cloud models will be the main idea that's controlling or guiding our thinking about how can we build our own infrastructure and how can we think about our applications on the cloud. There is many cloud models. We will talk about only the most popular 4 of them. We'll start with the private cloud. Private cloud is actually something like the big companies like Google and other cloud vendors who has a lot of resources, a lot of engineering and financial resources, and can build their own data centers, and they have accessibility to many offices in many regions, in many countries, and they can deploy and build their own infrastructure without any issues, and they can scale these data centers. Building a data center costs billions of dollars. It requires a lot of engineering resources. It requires having backup internet connectivity, electricity, and taking like from the backbone connectivity that's going to the country itself, and it requires a physical and software security layers. It requires a lot of resources. So companies that has these resources can build their own private cloud. They can build the networking, the storage. As you can see, the whole infrastructure, the whole technical stack, starting from the ground up, networking, storage, servers, virtualization, OS, and data application layers, everything will be built by the company itself. So that requires a lot of resources and a lot of overhead, technical overhead and financial overhead, and a lot of logistic logistic overhead as well. Not every company can create their own private clouds. That's why there is multiple other models on the cloud that other companies can utilize for their own applications. For example, the most famous like model we will be talking about is the infrastructure as a service. Infrastructure as a service, it's a company like Google will come and say, I have my own infrastructure, I have my own data centers, it's reliable, and everything is pre-configured for other companies to just rent as they go. And the provider, in this case, will be any cloud provider can provide the companies with a networking layer, storage, servers, and virtualization without having to worry about these layers. So the company that's looking forward to deploy their own application on the cloud can remove that overhead and rely on the service provider to provide these layers without them having to worry about it. This is infrastructure as a service. So that when we are going to deploy our application to infrastructure as a service on the cloud, we have to worry about only the operating system, the data layer, and the application layer. The operating system layer, which is you are taking an empty server, totally empty server. You have to decide and select which operating system you are going to use. Is it Ubuntu? Is it CentOS? Is it Fedora? Which operating system you are going to use? And then you have to select which database layer or database service you are going to use, like MySQL, SQL Server, Oracle, or which database engine you are going to use, and which application layer, which programming language you need, and that kind of stuff. So you are only focusing on 3 layers, and all the hard stuff is always managed by the service provider. Let's say that you don't have the technical background or the DevOps engineers or the like system administrators to manage and handle the operating system layer. How can I deploy my own application, my company's application on the cloud without having to worry about this layer? There is another model called platform as a service, or for short PaaS, platform as a service, or for short PaaS. In such case, Google will say, or the cloud service provider will say, you don't have to worry about the operating system layer. Only tell me which programming language do you require, and the service provider will provide you the instance pre-configured and installed with every software you need to run this application. For example, you can say, I need my application is written in Java, and I need an instance written that can run a Java application. Google will give you the app engine that can, with type Java, that can run Java applications. You don't have to worry about installing Tomcat server or compiling Java programming language or anything of that. It will be managed by the operating system, by the service provider itself. So you have to worry about only 2 layers. There is no technical overhead outside of these 2 layers. One of the most popular models as well is software as a service. What's software as a service? It's actually SaaS applications. We don't need to know about what technical stack we have. We don't have to worry about any of these technical stacks. For example, Gmail itself, the Google email service, or the Google search engine itself, or maybe Google Drive, all of these are examples for software as a service. So software as a service is a service that we don't know or we don't care about how it's being programmed, which programming language is being used, what operating system is used on the machines, what storage layer or operating system or programming language. We don't care. Even if we know, we don't care about all of these technical stack. What we care about in this case, the service itself, which is in this case will be Gmail, for example, or maybe Google Drive, or Google search engine. In this case, it will be managed totally by Google. And what we care about, whenever we need this service, we log into this service online, and it's available without any issues. It's reliable, stable, and available for everyone anywhere. So that's the main point. We care about the service itself, and we don't care about any of these technical stacks. So we have 4 models here. Private cloud, it's managed by the big player in the market, like for example Google GCP or Amazon AWS or Microsoft Azure or Alibaba Cloud or any of these giant companies, where they can create and build and deploy and scale their own data centers. And a second model will be ES, or for short IaaS, infrastructure as a service, in which case these service providers will provide you with all the hard layers, the hard technical layers, and you have to manage only 3 layers: the application layer, data layer, and operating system layer. And we have also platform as a service, PaaS, PaaS, platform as a service, where you don't have to worry about the operating system layer as well, and you only focus on application layer and data layer. And the last model here we have is software as a service, where we don't know, or actually we don't care about any of these technical stack. We only use the service as a wrapper for. We only use the service. We don't care about the underlying technical infrastructure. Someone may ask if what's the best solution, or what's the best solution from these 4 models? Can I select something that's always best for my own company? Actually, it depends on your own application. There is no answer. There is no absolute answer for this question. There is no best solution for everything or for everyone. There is no size that fits all. Each application has its own requirements. Each environment has its own dynamic resources. So you have to decide according to your own company's resources, according to your own application requirements. And maybe for some applications, infrastructure as a service will be better than better solution for your application. In some other cases, platform as a service could be better for you as well. So it depends. The answer is always it depends. There is no absolute answer for every application. One main difference between the ES and PaaS, infrastructure as a service, and platform as a service is actually that infrastructure as a service gives you more flexibility. You have full flexibility to manage the operating system, to deploy any programming languages, to compile any libraries on the server itself. While in the platform as a service, you don't have to worry about operating system updates or security fixes or compiling these libraries. That's totally managed by the service provider. So you don't have to worry about this. But at the same time, it gives you ease of use. It's easy to use, but it removes some flexibility. So Google, in this case, will make sure that only stable versions could be installed. So if you have some custom beta applications or beta libraries that you would like to compile on the server, on your platform as a service, on your server, this will not be possible, or at least will not be easy to deploy on platform as a service. It could be easy on infrastructure as a service, but it's not easy on platform as a service. So you have to decide. It's like a trade-off. What's your requirements? What's the resources that's available for you, and decide which solution to go with. Okay, so what's the GCP services that's currently available for us? How can we utilize it, and how can we use it? Is there only one service on GCP, on Google Cloud Platform, or 2 or 10 or 100? Actually, there is hundreds of services currently available. We will not talk about all of these, but we will talk about it on like a group. The computing services. The computing service, when you have an application that requires sending a request to the server and receiving a request from a user and sending a response to the user again. In such case, you have to check what kind of computing service do you need. There is Compute Engine, which is IaaS, infrastructure as a service, or there is platform as a service here, like App Engine, which is App Engine in this case. If you are working with containers and Docker and Kubernetes, there is Container Engine, and there is other computing services as well. If you're dealing with big data services, like if you have a huge amount of data and you would like to analyze this data, you can utilize one of these services. We will be doing multiple online sessions about multiple services in the near future, inshallah. But for now, we will only focus today on compute engine and cloud storage. So we will be doing a practical training on compute engine and cloud storage today, and we will give you access to quick labs where you can train yourself and teach and learn a lot of other services. And we will be doing multiple sessions online about other services in the future. If you have a team and you would like to give each one of the team specific permissions, you can utilize the identity and security services like Cloud IAM or any of these other services. If you have multiple machines on the cloud and you would like to specify which machine can access which other machine, you can specify these permissions here on identity and security services as well. If you are dealing and developing Internet of Things solutions, you can use Cloud IoT Core. It's an online dashboard where you can connect all your Internet of Things devices and control all of these devices from the internet, from this dashboard. And after that, you can monitor and control these devices over the air. So you can use Cloud IoT Core. If you have for the machine learning, the best way to machine learning APIs, the best way to describe this in plain English, it will be like, have you seen the latest update for the Gmail? The Gmail had a feature like Smart Compose, where you start typing and you automatically find the Gmail itself trying to complete for you the next sentence. That's how machine learning APIs could help us. To develop your own machine learning or artificial intelligence in your own software, you have two ways. The first way is the hard way, the advanced way, where you have to have a background about Python, about machine learning models or frameworks like TensorFlow, about linear algebra, and about maybe Keras APIs and that kind of hard stuff to learn. That's the first way. The second way will be easy for you to deploy in your own applications, which is through machine learning APIs. Google have a lot of experience in machine learning, and we exposed some of our services like APIs online, where you can utilize it automatically without any issues. You can utilize it online without having to know how does it work. For example, the Cloud Machine Learning or the Cloud Vision API. Let's describe the Cloud Vision API. The Cloud Vision API, it's like an API, like a URL on the internet. You send it an image, and Google will analyze this image and send you the results back. For example, it will say this image has a person. This person is actually wearing glasses, and he has a hair on his head. He has like a chin, and describe this image. If you send, for example, another image for an animal, it will describe it and tell you this image has a tiger, and this tiger is actually captured or in Singapore zoo or something like that. And so you don't have to know about Cloud Vision. How does it work behind scenes? Google will do the hard work, and you just have to submit your data, and Google will analyze it and send you back the results of these data. So that's about machine learning APIs. For the storage and databases, we actually have, every application has its own data. This data varies from an application to another application. Let's see an example. If we are building an e-commerce application, this e-commerce is like an online store. It has products. Each product has a title, description, and reviews, and it has also an image. These images considered as binary files or objects. We can store it in cloud storage. But the title and description, it's not binary data. It's actually structured and relational data. So we can store it in like a Cloud SQL service. Okay. So in this case, each application may have multiple kinds of data, and you have to decide in which storage or storage layer you are going to store this data, and you can integrate these services into your own application. We'll talk about some of these storage and database services today, inshallah. That's not everything about GCP services. We have multiple other services like management tools. You can specify specific tools to monitor your own servers. You can specify a specific criteria. Whenever there is downtime in MySQL, automatically restart the database server. Whenever you have, for example, the HTTP port is closed or down for some reason, automatically deploy another HTTP server and replace the IP on the load balancer to the new one. Whenever there is an exception error in with any user, automatically report it and email the system administrators or DevOps engineers to trace the error. So you can actually trace, report any errors, log any issues, even log the requests themselves, monitor any ports or any services, and you can manage and control all of that from the management tools. If you have multiple servers with multiple service providers, you can have, or even with a single service provider, you can build your own virtual private cloud or virtual private network, VPN, online, and you can manage all of that, load balancers and all of these cloud VPN and other services through the networking services as well. Some other developer tools are also available, like SDKs from most of the services available online, and you can utilize it inside your own applications. It's available for multiple programming languages like Python, PHP, Go, Ruby, and Java, I believe. So that's just a high-level overview of GCP services and the cloud computing on Google Cloud Platform. Let's start talking about the GCP Compute. The GCP Compute is actually infrastructure as a service. As we said, Compute Engine is actually infrastructure as a service. It provides compute, storage, and network. You can run virtual machines on Google infrastructure. If you are once you are going to pay, you will be billed per second, but the first minute will be billed as a whole minute. So you are being paid. You pay per second. You can build a virtual machine up to 69 cores and up to 624 gigabyte of RAM. You have predefined and custom machine types, and you can get a usage discount according to your own usage, and some recommendations from GCP, automated recommendations that give you some tips and tricks on how can you decrease the spending on these compute engines. So you can create, one of the most important things that we need to know here, you can create every single virtual machine up to 96 cores, CPU core, and up to 624 gigabyte of RAM. Let's see another service on the cloud as well, computing services. The App Engine is actually PaaS, platform as a service. There is a free quota, auto-scaling, it's Lego-like services, and the most important thing here is it's available predefined by Google in Java flavor, Java, Python, PHP, Go, .NET, even .NET technology instances are available, Node.js, and you can build your own custom instances on runtime. Okay, so that's really cool about the App Engine. There is thousands of companies that's currently using the App Engine, despite the fact that App Engine gives you the ease of use, but it doesn't give you the same flexibility that Compute Engine gives you. Many companies still use the App Engine, and they are able to deploy it on a larger scale and build their own infrastructure in a very intuitive way. Some of these companies are actually Khan Academy. It's non-profit organization, educational organization. They have more than 10 million users, unique users per month. Snapchat, they have over 100 million active users per day, more than around 9,000 photos shared per second. That's really huge numbers. They are deployed on App Engine. Rovio, one of the major companies for the gaming platforms, they have more than 140 million downloads, more than 113 million users per month. All of these applications and larger scale gaming platforms are actually deployed on the App Engine. Let's talk about the typical web application architecture. By default, when you deploy a new network or a new infrastructure for your own application, you have to imagine how things flow. You have multiple clients connecting through the internet to your own network. These clients could be mobile phones, could be laptops, could be IoT devices. They are connected, all of them connected through the internet to your own infrastructure or to your own cloud network. Your cloud infrastructure should have only one device that's facing the internet. That device is called actually the load balancer or internet gateway. And this load balancer has access to the application layer. The application layer could be one or multiple application servers, and each application server will only have private IP. It will not have public IP. It will be behind firewall. No one can access the application servers except the internet gateway. Okay, what else? Only the application layers or the application servers have access to the database servers or the database cluster. You can have like master database and slave databases, and you have replication from all this network in case of disaster recovery, or in case of the first network goes offline, you can automatically deploy the other network online without any issues. That's the default or the typical web architecture. In this case, we have to worry about many things. We have to worry about operating system updates, database indexes, security fixes, application maintenance, configurations, data shortening, data replication, scalability hardening, and a lot of things. You have to worry about a lot of things. Should we really care about all of these issues? Should we really care about fixing every single aspect of this technical stack? In fact, we don't have to care about all of these issues. We can only use App Engine, and App Engine will take care of everything else. So App Engine can take care of all of these issues, all of these technical stack, without we having to worry about it and build it ourselves. Okay, that's quick overview about the GCP computing services. Let's talk about the GCP storage services. Again, if you have any questions, please feel free to post it online on the YouTube chat, and we'll try to reply on it as we go. The GCP storage, we will not talk about each specific service, but we will let's see this chart. This chart is actually very good for us to understand what types or categories of storage services that's available for us, and what kind of services that we can use for our own application. So the first one will be the in-memory category or the in-memory storage services. Our example here will be App Engine Memcache. App Engine Memcache is actually in-memory storage where you can use it for caching services. It's good for web and mobile applications and gaming, and it's such as game state and user sessions. It's not good for like data persistence, but it's good for caching layer. We have relational databases. It includes multiple services like Cloud SQL and Cloud Spanner. Cloud SQL is based on MySQL or PostgreSQL, and it's good for web frameworks such as CMS and e-commerce platforms. On the other hand, we have Cloud Spanner, which is also relational database, structured and relational database, but it's good for horizontal scaling. If you need horizontal scaling, in this case, you can use Cloud Spanner. We have also non-relational database like Cloud Data Store and Cloud Bigtable, and we have object storage like Cloud SQL. This is for images, videos, and these kind of binary files. We have also warehouse data storage layer or service like BigQuery, where if you have like large number of data and you would like to make analytical queries on this data in a very fast way and very efficient way, you can utilize BigQuery, for example. There is another way to decide which service is correct or right or efficient for my own application, which is through asking yourself a few questions, like, is my data structured or not? do I need mobile SDK or not? Yes or no? If you require mobile SDK, you will find that Firebase storage is best for you. If you don't require, then cloud storage is better. If your data is structured, you will ask yourself, is your workload analytical or not? If it's analytical, you will go for Cloud Bigtable or Cloud BigQuery according to your latency decision. If your workload doesn't require any analytics, then you will ask yourself, is it relational or not? And you will be deciding between data store or Cloud SQL and so on. So you can this decision tree could be very useful for you to decide which service is better for your own application. At the end of the day, it's really very easy to use GCP services. It's up to you to decide which service is most efficient for your own application. You are the one who will decide which service do I need. It's like a Lego. When you use that Lego, some people will actually build like some people can build with the Lego hospitals. Some other people will build a company building. Some other people may build a spaceship. Others will build just a bicycle or like a racing car or anything else. So it's just building blocks, and you have to decide which building block is fits your own application according to your own requirements and your own requirements and resources, available resources. Now let's start with the quick labs. We will go to practice all of these labs together. You will need to have access to quick labs since quick labs is actually a paid service. Today, if you are watching this training, you will be able to get a free access to quick labs through this link. It's valid only through today, so make sure to register right now with this link. Let's go together and do it right now. I'll take this link, put it open incognito window. If you are not registered already on Quick Labs, you have to click on join, and then click on join with email. Write your information here: first name, last name, email address, company name, password again, and make sure to click on I'm not a human. And then the last option, we need to check this box. Why do we need to check this box? This box is for promotional emails, and actually Quick Labs doesn't send promotional emails outside of the focus of their focus, which is cloud training. And why should we check this box? We need this box to receive another second email, another second free month if we registered, if we completed one full course. Okay, let me repeat that again. If you clicked on this link and registered on Quick Labs and clicked on this checkbox, you will get one free month starting today on Quick Labs. And once you complete one quest, like one course, you will get another month for free. I hope this will be clear. Okay, then this is the link that will give you access to the Quick Labs platform. Since I'm already registered, I'll log in with my account, and let's go ahead and so this is the link again. If you still didn't get it, make sure to register with it today, since it will expire after the training. Once you are inside the Quick Labs, let's get a quick introduction about Quick Labs. Quick Labs is actually a training platform for cloud services. Once you are logged in, you will find that you have your image here, your name, your email address, and make sure that you have monthly subscription here. If you have 0 credit, then you have a problem with your own account. You have to get back again to your to the same link, this link, and click on it on a private window, like incognito window, and then try to register again. Once you have a monthly subscription, you are good to go. Here in this homepage, you will find the most popular courses, the courses that you are currently learning, and some other categories for the courses like infrastructure and DevOps, big data, security, machine learning, websites and app development. It's like categories for these courses on Quick Labs. You can also find the catalog here. The catalog contains all the courses that's available here on Quick Labs. You can click on any of these courses, and today we will be doing some of the courses like GCP Essentials. And one last thing is actually the My Training tab. Once you click My Training, you will find again the courses that you are currently learning, the courses that you completed already, and the labs that you completed recently. And if you have completed something wrong, you will find the cross or wrong result, and you can enhance your result again. So let's start with the first lab. The first lab will be this link. Okay, if you didn't catch this link, it's actually very easy to get introduction to gcloud. quicklabs.com/focuses/ okay, let's get it through the catalog. The first lab we will do is actually we'll click on catalog, GCP Essentials, and then we'll go to getting started with Cloud and Shell and gcloud. Okay, once we are here, you will find that there is instructions. You can follow these instructions step by step. Some of the instructions I'll explain quickly, and some others I'll just leave it to you to read carefully and try to understand. And if you have any questions, just ask on the YouTube chat. And you will find here that there is score for multiple steps that you can get score for each step that you finish. And you have like a button here for starting this lab and counter for how many minutes available for you in this lab. Okay, let's start this lab. This lab, I'll click on Start Lab. As long as you have clicked on this link, on the Quick Labs link, okay, let me do this one. As long as you clicked on the registration link that we give you, you will be able to use subscription. If you don't have this button, then something wrong with your free subscription. You have to go back to the same link again, this link, and try to register or sign in into your own account again. I'll click on Use Subscription. It may take a few seconds until it creates the resources for us. Okay, now the countdown is starting, and we can start doing our lab. Just a few tips and tricks. You cannot pause once you start the lab. Another tip is if you didn't get full score, don't worry, you can take the same lab one more time. One more thing, if you close this tab by mistake, for example, if you close this and you would like to come back to the same lab, when you type the same URL again, or you go to, let's do it. I'll open Quick Labs. Let's say that I closed this tab by mistake. I need to go back to the same lab. I'll go to the GCP Essentials, getting started with gcloud, Cloud Shell and gcloud. And here we go. It's still running. So don't worry, you can still have the same state if you are in the middle of solving this lab. First step will be open Google Console. And once you see this, sign in or log in. Don't log in with your own account. Don't log in with your own personal email and password, or your university or your work account. Don't do that. Why? Because this is a training account, and we are going to launch a real server on the cloud. If you logged in with your own account, it will cost you money, and we don't need you to pay anything now. Since this is a training, Quick Labs will create a username and password for you. And this username and password is actually valid only for this training. Once you use it, it will expire after this course. It will expire after we finish this lab. After we end lab, these credentials will be expired. Okay, so let's take this one and copy the password. It will ask you for to accept the terms and conditions. Let's accept this. Don't do anything here, just click done. And here we are, agree. Okay, now we are ready to go. Let's see these steps. Some of the steps, I'll skip it for now. You have to go through it and read it carefully, especially for the first lab that you are going to do. The first thing that we are going to do here is activating the Google Cloud Shell. Okay, where is it? You will find that there is a text description and there is some screenshots for more clarification. So it's upright. Here is upright. Activate Cloud Shell. As you can see, activate Cloud Shell. When we click on it, we'll see a dialog. And we have to click on Start Cloud Shell. Okay? As you can see, it's also described here. That's the dialog and Start Cloud Shell. This is a quick explanation for the Cloud Shell and how can you utilize it, how can you use it, and so on. So I'll skip it until here, the understanding regions and zones. In the virtual private network or the private cloud, we explained that the big companies can create their own data centers, and these data centers actually are built in specific countries, and each data center, we call it in a specific zone. Like if you have, let's explain it on USA. USA has a large, a very big landscape, and it's categorized or geographically categorized like east, west, north, south, and central. So every single data center is located in a specific region, like East 1 or West 1, like as you can see here, West 1. This means this data center is in the west of US. You can see that the first syllable of the, or the first prefix of the data center will be, of the region actually, will be the country code. Then you will have the region name. It will be West 1, which means we could have West 1, West 2, West 3, which means multiple data centers in the same region. But the rules, some of the rules for data centers, it should be separated for each two data centers should be separated by at least 160 kilometers. And inside each data center itself, inside each data center, it has multiple zones, like multiple sections or multiple data centers. Should we know about these regions and zones? Yes, you should know about these. Why should we know about these terminology or these data center features? We need to know about it because of two reasons. The first reason will be if you are going to add a new storage to your own server, this new storage should be attached physically to the same server, which means it should be on the same region, on the same zone. But if you are going to take a backup or replication for your own database, it should be outside of the same zone, or maybe outside of the same region. So if there is, for example, if there is a disaster or if there is an issue or downtime for the same, for the specific zone or region, yeah, the replication or backup doesn't get affected by this downtime. Okay, that's just general tips about this. Okay, what else? What else? Okay, use home directory. As you can see, we can like change directory to the home directory, and we can do that by writing cd, which is short for change directory, and the global variable, which is called home, is actually shortcut for the home directory is the tilde. We can go and skip this step. Yeah. You can manage your cloud storage data through a utility on the terminal that's called the GS utility. Okay, every cloud storage object or bucket should be with a unique name. Since this unique name is globally unique, you cannot have two buckets with the same name. So when we run this command, for example, I have to change this into, let's see, it's June 21st, maybe dash minna, I hope, or 2119. I hope this is unique enough. I'll run this command here. Let's close this menu. And okay, then we created a new bucket on the cloud storage. And now we should have our first step already done, creating a cloud storage bucket. We can check my progress. Yes, it's done, and I took my 50 points. Okay, upload the sample data to the bucket. We need to upload the sample data to the bucket. I'll skip this step for now. You can do it later on. Okay. Or actually, will not skip it. I'll get back to it again. First, create a test file. I'll create a test file, but I'll use, you can use Vim or you can use any other terminal editor. I'll use Nano. Test, is it test.dat? Yes, test.dat. It will open it, welcome, what is it? 2G Cloud. And we'll close it. Yes, save. Okay, now we have a new file. Okay, we have test.dat. We need to upload it to the new bucket that we created, right? So I'll take this one, this comment. By the way, here is a quick tip. It's possible for you to just copy paste these comments and make sure to replace these any arguments that you have to replace. Like it will give you the instructions which parts you need to replace and which parts you don't have to. It's possible we can copy and paste these comments, or you can just see it by your eyes and try to write it by your hands, so you will get familiar with the Linux comments. Let's paste this comment here and see what happens. Okay, operation completed, and we uploaded one object. What this command is actually doing is gsutil, which is our command, the terminal command, the tool that we use to upload and manage the cloud buckets or cloud storage buckets. This is CP, short for copy, and this is the new file that we created, test.dat, and this is the name of the cloud storage bucket that we created a few minutes ago, and we named it 21 June 19-mena. Okay, so that's how we create a new bucket, how we created a new bucket and uploaded a new file to it. We still didn't get our 50 score. It could have, we could have some delay until we get our score, but if we clicked on check my progress, it will be automatically updated. And here we go. We got our 100 score points. Okay. Okay, upload sample data step is already done. We can click on check my progress or run step. Both are fine. Points earned is 5. Assessment completed. Object count 1. Once we complete this step, we can go with this like a quick exercise to check our knowledge and make sure that we understand these concepts, and then we can go and celebrate our completion of this lab, and then click on end lab. Let's see this question. 3 basic ways to interact with GCP services and resources. 3 basic ways to interact with the GCP services and resources: the GCP console, the client libraries, the what else? The command line interface. I think these are correct. Yes, these are correct. Which tool in Cloud Shell helps to manage cloud storage resources? We just used it. Yes, I think you guessed it. It's GS utility. Okay, submit, and that's correct as well. And now we are good to go. Congratulations, we have finished our first lab on Quick Labs. We can now, even if we still have time, we can end the lab. Don't worry about this message. Just click OK. And if you have any feedback, you can write it here and give a rating for this lab. And now we are good to go. If we go back to the GCP Essentials, this quiz, you should find that any lab that you finish, you will get the check mark beside it. Okay. I'm not sure what's happening for me here, since it was already completed before. But anyway, you should get your check mark, your green check mark, for every single completed lab. We now completed the first lab on Quick Labs. We are going to go further to a more advanced one. Let me give you the link again, that link again for Quick Labs for a few minutes. I'll just keep it السلام عليكم. نرجع من جديد. خلينا نرجع لنفس اللينك تاني. زي ما قلنا، لو في حد لسه ما سجلش على كويك لابس محتاج ان هو يدخل باللينك دوت. سوري. Back in English. If there is anyone who didn't register to Quick Labs, you need to register through this link, so you can get a one free month on Quick Labs, and you can extend to another month if you completed one full course or one full quiz. Okay, let's start with the second lab. The second lab will be this one. I'll put it here. Okay, let's get it. I believe, I think we should go through the steps itself, like catalog, GCP essentials, and then creating a virtual machine. We'll close any other open windows that we don't need. Okay, creating a virtual machine. Let's start with the lab, start lab. Use subscription. And as you can see, this lab has two steps, like create a compute engine instance and add Nginx server to your instance with necessary firewall rules. Create a new, and the other step is create a new instance with gcloud, and we have 100 points for this lab. First step will be, as usual, open Google Console, and we'll take this username. Everyone has his different username, and these usernames actually expire after the training, so you cannot use it for production servers. It's only valid for the time period of the training. I will click accept, done, and then we are good. We are good to go. Just one final exception. Agree and click. Someone is asking if we can post the link for the Quick Labs on the chat, so you can like copy paste. It's bit.ly/mena-21 June 19. The link is posted on the YouTube chat. Let me just double check. The link again, it will be 21. I think that's, where is the link? Where is the link? And here we go. Let me post it again. I think the last one wasn't working. Here it is. This should be working. Yes, this should be working just without E. Yeah. Okay, let's proceed to the next step. The next lab will be, as we said, it will be the creating a virtual machine. We started the lab. We still have 36 minutes to go. We open the Google Console using the username and password here, and then we have to go through the steps. These are explanatory steps. I will skip for now, but please, go ahead and read it step by step and try to understand these steps by yourself. The first thing that we are going to go through it is actually creating a new instance from Google Cloud Console. How can we do that? You can find all of the services on the Cloud Console on the GCP Console from here on the left menu. If you don't see the left menu due to the small screen resolution, you can just open it like that. And you can click on your keyboard like Control F or Command F if you're on a Mac. Compute. You will find computing services here. You will find under computing services, you will get App Engine and Compute Engine. We'll click on App Engine. Or before you click on App Engine, you will find this sub-menu opens and you can click on VM instances. Do we have to remember all of these steps? Do we have to just try to remember and recall all of these steps? No, you don't have to do so. It's already documented here. In the GCP console, on the top left of the screen, click navigation menu, compute engine, VM instances. And here is also a screenshot. So you don't have to remember these steps. It's already documented here. Okay, what else? You will find this dialog, click on create, then use these details to create your first virtual machine. The name will be GCE Lab. Okay, step by step. We clicked on compute, under compute engine, VM instances. Then we got this screen. We click on create. And let's remove the default value of the name and write down GCE Lab. What should we write down GCE Lab, the same name? Can we name our machine something else? In real life, in your own projects, yes, you can name it anything else. But here in this training, no, you cannot. Why? Because this is a training account. If you checked here, we are logged in with a training account, Google student at quicklabs.net, okay, which is provided by Quicklabs here. And this training account is monitored and managed by Quicklabs. And to get your own score, Quicklabs needs to know if you have done this step correctly or not. So you have to follow the steps step by step as it's shown on the steps here and the instructions here. Okay, let's go to the region. Region will be US Central 1, and the zone will be or as Asia. I'll choose US Central 1 anyway, and in the zone it will be Central 1-C. Okay, I'll choose Central 1. It's already there by default, and I'll choose not -A but -C. We already explained what's the concept of regions and zones. Okay, what else? Two CPUs, two virtual CPUs. I'll change it 1 to 2. And it's a 7.5 gigabyte of RAM. It's already 7.5 gigabyte of RAM. And boot disk will be 10 gigabyte with Debian image and Linux 9 stretch. Okay, it's already by default this configuration. Last thing will be allow HTTP traffic. Allow HTTP traffic. Where is this option? Here it is. Allow HTTP traffic. What about the container and deployment? What about the identity and API access? We don't have to care about these options for this training. We will get to know these options in other trainings. But for now, don't touch these options. Okay. And next, we have to click on create. Even this step, clicking create, is documented here. So just if you follow the steps step by step, you will get to know about these steps without having to remember anything. So now, for now, let's wait until our machine got created. Okay, someone is asking, if I completed GCP Essentials quest already, can I get access to Coursera? Can I get access to Coursera now? Yes. If anyone completed 4 labs on the GCP Essentials or on Quick Labs in general, now following this session or even before that, he can get access to the Coursera free month. We will give you the access and at the end of this session, inshallah. If you didn't catch this in the session, feel free to reach me on Twitter and send me a message. Please, I need the Coursera link. I can give it to you, and we will make sure to send you at the end of this month, inshallah, the Coursera access. Okay, it's now created, and we got the green mark, the green check mark. Okay, what's the next step? As you can see, we need to access this machine through SSH. What's the SSH? SSH is the remote protocol that we can access other machines through it. Like we will access the newly created machine on GCP Cloud through SSH. So we will click on SSH. Just click on the word itself, and it will open a new window. Let me open it in the same window so it will appear for you. Open in a new browser. No, open window on a custom port. On a new, yes. Okay, what else? Is there any other questions until this opens? Let's check if there is any other questions on the chat. Is there any certificate for this course? Actually, there is multiple certificates that you can get. There is the e-certificate or the e-badge, the certificate that you automatically get on Quick Labs once you finish any quest, any full quest, like any full course. Let me go to my own account. If you and then my learning. Then after my learning, there is something called here view public profile. If you clicked on public profile, you will find that your image, your name, how many labs you have taken, how many quests or courses you completed, and you will find the certificate for training here, and you can even add it to LinkedIn via this link directly. So that's the first certificate that you automatically get once you finish any course. And what we mean by any training or course or quest is you have to finish something like GCP Essentials. When you finish all these steps, you will get this badge or this electronic certificate. That's the first thing. The second thing, if you are looking for official certification by Google for completing, for having the experience in Google Cloud Engineering or Google Cloud Architecture, it's already available online. You can click on cloud.google.com/certification. This will give you all the information that you need about the official certifications by Google, for example, associate certification, professional certifications, and cloud architect, professional, and so on. You will find all the available certifications here. If you click on any of these, like professional cloud architect, let's see the details. You will find any details like the training courses that you need to take, how long does it take, what's the training material, how can I get certified, and where is the exam centers, and so on. So you can get this information through cloud.google.com/certification if you need an official certification for experience. But that's optional. You don't have to go through this path unless you are really looking forward for that kind of certification. And for this kind of certification, it requires an exam. You have to go to a certified exam center and get the real online exam. Okay, let's go back to our steps. And here we already accessed that machine. Let's get this a little bigger. And let's see what else here. Install Nginx web server. How can we install Nginx web server? We will copy these commands, or as we said before, try to memorize these commands in your head, watch it by your eyes, and try to write it down on your own. So sudo su dash. Okay, now we are accessed the machine as a root user with full control. As you can see, the green the green username is actually the username at machine name. Now we are root at machine name. Root at GCE lab. The root is the username, and the GCE lab is the machine name. Okay, what's the next step? We need to update all the packages on this system. How can we do that? Let's go to apt-get update. This will update all packages by default on the server automatically without having to do it package by package. And it's now completed. Let's see what's the next step. The next step will be install Nginx and on that server. How can we do that? apt-get install Nginx, and I don't need any interaction with the comment. Reply with yes on all questions. This will install Nginx. What's Nginx, by the way? Nginx is actually HTTP server. When you are requesting google.com, what happens here is actually we have two things. We have HTTP server and HTTP client. The HTTP client, it's available on almost every single laptop, every single workstation, every single mobile phone. It has HTTP client, and that HTTP client is actually the browser itself. The browser, which is it could be Chrome, it could be Firefox, it could be like Safari, or maybe Microsoft Edge, or any of these browsers. These browsers are considered HTTP clients, and for the HTTP server, it should be installed on the server itself, like Apache or HTTP or HTTP Lite or Nginx or any of these HTTP servers. It's like a server and the client for the same protocol. All human beings can communicate through different protocols. Some human beings can communicate through verbal language, like speaking and hearing. Both parties should understand the same protocol or the same language. That's how machines communicate together. You should install HTTP client and HTTP server. Now we install the HTTP server on that machine. What's the next step? The next step will be, let's skip this one, testing that that instance is actually working without any issues. If we clicked on this IP, you will find that welcome to Nginx, and it's working. If we clicked on that IP before before installing that Nginx, we'll not get this message. We'll get like 404 or not found, or can't reach that server. Why? Because we don't have HTTP server installed. Okay. Actually, we got 10 points. If we checked our progress, we can get more. Let's see. Yeah, we got 50 points now. What's the next step? The next step is actually the last step for this lab, which is creating a new machine, but from the command line, from the shell, cloud shell. How can we do that? Should we create it from here? No. This is actually SSH session opened within the machine we created, GCE lab. If we need to create a new machine, we have to close this one. We don't need it anymore. Just close this and that as well, and open the cloud shell. Let's close this one as well. Okay. So what we are going to do now is to create a new machine, new virtual machine, new server. Why should we do it through the terminal or through the cloud shell? It's just, we are going to explain it to you. First way to do it is through the web console. This is the web console or the web interface, or through the cloud shell. So you are free to choose any of these ways. It's different way to do it. There is no difference between both, but some people prefer the terminal, so they interact with the terminal, and we give you that way as well. Some people prefer the GUI or the web console. We call this web interface, this blue interface, as web console. This is the GCP console, and this Black screen is the terminal, which is Cloud Shell. This is Cloud Shell. Okay, so you have two ways to create a new machine or control these machines. Let's get that command, and we'll try to change the zone. I'll put it on US Central 1 C-C. Okay, and I'll put it here. Until this is executed, let's try to understand this command bit by bit. First, you can understand it by reading it from the like backward, from the end to the beginning. Let's start from here. Create a new machine called GCE Lab 2. Create new instance on Compute Engine using Google Cloud Platform, GCP. Okay, create new instance on Compute Engine using GCP. Okay, what's the name of this instance? Is GCE Lab 2. What's the machine type? That's the machine type. What's the zone? US Central 1-C. Okay, this way you can understand these commands very easily if you read it backwards. Create new instance on Compute Engine using gcloud. And you can pass any parameters or arguments here. Okay, what else? What do we have here? Automatically, it will be updated. If you didn't see it, automatically you can just click on refresh or even the hard refresh on the browser itself, and you will find this new machine have been created. Once we get here, we can check our progress, and we should get 100 out of 100. Now we are done. We have all steps already done, and we have a quick quiz through which of these or the following ways you can create a new virtual machine in GCE through the web console and through the gcloud command line. Yes, I believe these two are correct. I'll click submit. Yes, and they are really correct. Congratulations, you completed the second lab in GCP Essentials, and we are good to go. As you can see, we completed this lab in less than 10 minutes. And you will always get more time, but you are free to end the lab once you are done, or you can just experience or go around and check these features. I try to understand this technology more. One quick tip. Please don't play with the other features here while you are trying to execute a specific training. For example, here, this is creating a new virtual machine. So don't try to test the cloud storage or try to work with the networking. Why? If you need to learn about VPC network or about SQL or Bigtable, go ahead and search about this training on Quick Labs and start a new lab. Because if you try to work with some other features or some other services that's not open for this lab, your account could be automatically blocked on Quick Labs, and it's already available. Like, let's close this one. Let's say that we need training about SQL, Cloud SQL. There is actually a lab for that. There is Cloud SQL Quest, a full quest about Cloud SQL. You can choose any one of these and start the lab. You can really start the lab and explore these features. If you need, for example, machine learning APIs, you have another quest about it. So end the lab that you are doing and go to this new lab and click start lab for that quest. Okay, so don't try to mix technologies with different labs, so you don't have to get your account blocked. I think this is already done. I hope you followed the instructions very well. Before we go to the next lab, we still have 2 labs to go through it. But first, let's see if we have any questions on the YouTube chat. Please, okay, is there any certificate? We already answered this question. Could you please send the link here? We already sent that link. I already finished. Okay. Some people are asking about my Twitter account. I'm available at Twitter on @omranik or twitter.com/omranik. That's my Twitter handle. That's what my personal Twitter handle. Please reach me there for any questions. Okay. For now, we'll take a quick break. Quick break for like let's say 5 minutes. Please go ahead and register if you didn't. Let me put the that quest link for you so you can GCP Essentials. That's the quest we are solving right now. Please go ahead and try to solve this quest yourself. At least the first two that we did, getting started with Cloud Shell and gcloud, then creating a virtual machine. Let's put that link here, and make sure everything is much smaller. And this is access. This is labs. Okay, and let's put like this. Okay. Let's write something else. Feel free to ask any questions on the YouTube chat. I'm still here around for this 5 minutes break, and we'll get back to the next two labs in shortly, inshallah. اوكي السلام عليكم. عدنا من جديد. Let's go back to the next lab. First, let me check few things. Okay, the next lab will be the cloud SQL. No, sorry, the cloud storage. We have two labs about the cloud storage. We will deal with the cloud storage through the console, which is the web interface of the GCP, and through the terminal or the CLI command line interface. So how can we go to that lab? We can check here, right, cloud cloud storage in the search. And cloud storage, let's write cloud storage console. Cloud storage console. Where is, yes, cloud storage quick start dash console. This is the lab we are going to start with doing right now, and it's actually very fast, very easy lab to do. Let's start with this lab. Click on use subscription until the resources are being created. Let's make sure that we understand what we are going to get training on. This lab is actually on the object storage, which is cloud storage. This is not databases, it's actually binary storage or object storage, and we can use for that cloud storage, and it's actually good for binary or object data such as images, media serving, and backups. Okay, let's go here and click on Open Google Console, copy, and let's go and use this account, that password. Click on agree, and then done. No need to update anything. Agree and continue. Okay, just give me 1 minute. Okay, now we are inside the GCP console as well. So let's start by exploring few things. First of all, you need to make sure that this is the project that you are going to deal with. We don't need to do anything, just make sure it's the same project that's displayed here. This is 0C6. You will find the same ID, 0C6 here, okay? That's just for you to make sure that you are working with the right project. And how can we go to the cloud storage? You can go to the cloud storage via this menu, as we said before. You can search for the storage. Where is the storage? Here is the storage, or Control F or Command F. Storage. Here is the storage. Under storage, you have big table, data store, file store, file store, and file store, and then we have storage. We'll click on storage. You can always follow the instructions here as it's been explained. Go to after you sign in, go to this menu and navigation menu, storage browser, and click create bucket. So create bucket. What's a bucket? Just imagine a bucket like a folder. It's not a folder, but just يعني just imagine it like a folder. Okay, what's the name? Naming rules. We can name it anything, but it should be unique. It will be globally unique. These are some of the rules. You can always there is specific characters that you cannot use, and there is specific characters that's available for you to use if you want. That's available for you to use if you want, like underscore or dot or dash, but you cannot use other characters like ampersand or $sign or hash or any or like the asterisk or the all of these characters. You cannot use it in, within your name, but you can use the dash and underscore and dot. It's not recommended to use the dot. It's not recommended to name your bucket or your like what we said, like the folder. It's not recommended to name it like IP address, like that. That's not a valid IP, of course. It's not recommended to do that. It's also not recommended to start or include any Google or Google word in your bucket name as well. Okay. What else we have? Storage class. It will be multi-regional and location in United States, and then we will click on create. Let's see. I'll name this bucket like let's say MENA dash 19 June 21 June 19. Someone may say that we already created that bucket in the last lesson, so it should not be available for us, right? And this could be a successful process. It's already created. If you remember correctly, when we talked about the resources that we use through Quick Labs, we said that this account or these resources that we are creating right now, it will be automatically deleted after this training. After this training, after this counter finish, or after we end lab, all of the resources that we created will be automatically deleted from our account. Not our account. It's basically not our account. It's a training account. It's a Google student at quicklabs.net account. So it will be automatically deleted. You don't have to worry about that. And you need to know that these resources cannot be used in production. It's only for training purposes. That's why the past bucket that we named it in the same spelling, it's automatically deleted after we canceled, after we clicked on end lab in the previous one. Okay, what else? We created already this step. Let's see if we did it in the right way. Yes, we did. Give me my score. I got my score. What's the next step? Next step, let's test our understanding. Every bucket have a unique name across the entire Google Cloud namespace. I think yes. Yes, it's true. Cloud storage offers 4 storage classes. Yeah, this is actually something that we didn't explain. But let me answer the question first. It's multi-regional storage, regional storage, cold line, and near line. Let's check first. Yes, all of these are correct, but cross-region is not correct. Local storage is not correct. What's the storage layers or classes? We have multiple storage classes. The first storage class is multi-regional storage, which means you can store your data across multiple regions. For example, you can put your data, your images and videos and binary files in US and EU, for example, in Europe and in India, in South Africa, and in United States. So when the users request these resources, it will be served from the nearest data center. That's called multi-regional storage. But for the regional storage, for this one, it will be only on one specific region, like in Europe, in UK, or Dublin in Ireland. It will be only in one specific location. So when people request this resource, this specific image, and this request is coming from China or from India or from Egypt, it will be served from Ireland, only one location. But if you have multi-regional storage, when someone in Europe requests that file or that image, it will be served from Dublin, Ireland. But when someone in Africa requested the same image, it will be served from South Africa. If someone in US requested this image, it will be served from US data center. So it's up to you to decide. Of course, multi-regional storage cost is more expensive, but you have to decide what requirements for your application do you need, and that kind of stuff. Two more storage classes, which is nearline and cold line. Nearline is actually for backup solutions. If you have a backup that you may need on a weekly basis, like you may need it once a week, you have a backup that you can use or may need once a week. You need to use the nearline storage. If you have a backup like for disasters only, like you may not need it, for example, for a month or 2 months, you can use the cold line. So nearline and the cold line are both solutions for long time storage, for backup solutions mainly, and it's actually much cheaper than regional and multi-regional storage. But at the same time, the availability of the data on nearline and cold line is not like the regional storage. If you have some assets or resources that you needed to be served for any request, you have to choose between regional and multi-regional. Where can I choose these options? When you create a new bucket, let's go back. When you create a new bucket, like create bucket, just close this one for now. Okay, got it. Okay, let's write anything for now. Continue. Yes, here we go. As you can see, multi-regional, regional, nearline, cold line. Okay, and multi-regional, it's best for data accessed frequently in multiple regions. Regional is best for data accessed frequently in a single region. Nearline is best for backups and data accessed once a month or less. Cold line best for a disaster recovery and data accessed once a year or less. Yani, it's nearline backup that you may need once a month. Cold line backups that you may need once a year. So that's why it's best for that kind of storage. Okay, let's go back and to the next step. Upload an object into our bucket. How can we upload an object? We have multiple ways to upload an object. Let's go back first to our newly created bucket. This one, MENA 21 June 19. We can use the online the drop files here. Let's see if we can. If I have like an image somewhere, I'll get an image from my desktop. Okay, where is any generic image? Any generic image? Okay, here we go. I'll drag an image here. As you can see, yes, you can drag and drop any file, and it will be automatically uploaded like Gmail upload, sorry, the Google Drive upload, drag and drop, and it will be automatically uploaded to your newly created bucket. Just think about bucket like a folder. It's not a folder, but think about it like a logical folder. And you can create multiple subfolders or yeah, you can create folders inside it, like new folder. I don't like to put spaces, so I'll put hyphen new folder, and you can put enter this folder and drag and drop another image inside it, and now we have 2 images with the same name, but one inside the new folder and the other one outside. So yeah, you can manage these files in the way that you need. Some people may say, how can we use these buckets? You can use these buckets for images used in your own website. You can use these buckets to store any videos, any files you need to the users to download, or any user uploads. inside these buckets, and you can create multiple folders inside this bucket. But when you access, by default, all files uploaded into this bucket, into any bucket actually, will be private, which means no one can access that link ever unless you make it public. I think we will have this step here somewhere. Yeah, but yes, it's coming in a few steps. First, let's try to rename this file. How can we rename it? It's not right click, of course. Let's see this. No, this is actually the bucket. We'll access this bucket, then beside this file, I'll click on rename. We can rename the file into new image, for example, rename. Okay, we did this task, test completed task. Click check my progress to verify. Okay, let's check my progress. It doesn't look like you have completed this step. Okay, looks like we didn't complete this step because we didn't follow the steps as it said. It says that we have to name this image ada.jpg. JPEG. Okay, let's rename it again into. Sorry. Yes. Let's check my progress one more time. Yeah. Now we're good to go, and I hope we got our score 70 out of 100. Now the next step will be, before we go to the next step, let's check our understanding. Object names must be unique only within a given bucket. What do you think? Object names must be unique only within a given bucket. Do you think that's true or false? Let's try the false one. Wrong. It should be true, but where? It should be true within a given bucket. Let's explain this. We said that bucket names are globally unique. Bucket names are globally unique, which means there is no two accounts who can create two buckets with the same name. Okay, but inside the same bucket, we can create the object names could be unique within the same bucket, but could be replicated or duplicated in another buckets. Next step will be share an object publicly. How can we share an object publicly? We have to click on edit permissions from the drop-down menu, and then add an item. Select which category of users will have access to this file, and will give the specific permissions. So let's give this ada.jpg edit permissions, and then add item. Select the group user. Let's call it all users, and then give it reader access. Save, and let's see user, all users, reader. Yeah, we did the same thing. At this time, we should see this exclamation mark and public link. If you clicked on this icon, you can access this image from the web. How can we make sure that we really can access this from the web? And if it's not, then no. Let's go back and try to edit permissions again and remove that access that we give to the public users. It's now not public. And if we make refresh, you'll find access denied. Anonymous caller doesn't have storage objects access to this resource, this specific resource. Okay, so we can make it public again, so we can get our score back. Now add item, user, all users, and reader. Save. If we make refresh again, we'll get that image. Okay, let's check our progress. Yeah, we completed our lab, but this step as well, we already explained it. You can create multiple folders and you can create subfolders. It's fine. You can create any subfolders that you may need, and then you can delete any folders. When you delete any folder, you can delete. It will be deleted, including all files inside it. How can we delete a folder? Just click on this check mark beside that item and click on the delete button up there. Delete selected items, one folder and one file will be deleted. You cannot undo this action. There is no trash can here, so make sure that you are aware of what you are doing. Okay, now we completed the third lab. It's now we got our score and we are good to go. We can now click on end lab, but let's first see if we have any questions on the YouTube chat. Please, okay. Someone is asking to keep this session available later on. We'll try to see if we can make it available later on. And we may actually record another version of this training, like something like a course or something. But the main purpose of this online training is to get people excited about it and get people to learn something online together and ask questions while we are online, so we can answer in an interactive way. That's the main purpose of this training. Otherwise, there is a lot of courses online that we can download or watch, like on Coursera or Udacity or Udemy or any of these platforms. So the main purpose of this training is actually to make people come in and attend this session and ask any questions they may have. So that so please, if you have any questions, feel free to post it on the chat here. If you are following the training right now and you have any problems, please let me know. I'll be happy to answer your question or help you fix whatever problem you have. Okay, for now, I'll end this lab and go to the last lab. The last lab will be Cloud SQL. No, not Cloud SQL. Cloud SQL will be in a future session, inshallah. For now, it will be Cloud Storage, but not through the console, not through the web console. It will be through the CLI, command line interface. This one. Let's go to this one and click on Start Lab. And always try to close any tabs that you don't need, so you don't get confused. Okay, open Google Console one more time, and one more email, one more new account created for us. So just use another account. Here we go. Where is the password? That's the password. And accept. No need to do anything. Done. And one last step will be just agree and continue. Okay, we are ready to go. First step will be, I'll just skip these steps and go to the, yes, create a new bucket, but we need to open, yeah, got it. We need to open the Cloud Shell, activate the Cloud Shell. This step is actually typical to the last lab. There is, basically, there is no difference between this lab and the other lab. The only difference is we are going to do the same steps, but through the command line, through the Cloud Shell. The last one, we did it through the web interface, which we call the console. This is the console. The blue web interface, the GUI, is called the console. And the black screen, this command line interface, is the Cloud Shell. So this time, we are going to do it through the Cloud Shell. Let's close this menu and make this bigger and go back to this one. Okay, first things first, create a new bucket. Okay, I'll create a new bucket. Let's name it. Again, we said that the last one already deleted by now, so I'll name it just 21 June 19. Okay. Creating. Um, Sorry about that. Looks like the connection has been disconnected for some reason. Next time we'll try to make it more stable, or it's actually not the connection, but looks like I'm logged in the same browser session. That's why whenever we look into a specific lab, it go and disconnect the previous session, which is the one that we are streaming through it. So sorry about that. I'll go back and do that lab from the starting point. I don't know when this happened, so I'll do it one more time. Okay, the last lab we have today is actually the cloud storage through the SDK or CLI. So let's go through it. I'll start the lab. I'll close any other tabs. Use subscription. Okay. Okay. Good to go. Let's log in one more time with the new account and accept. And last step done. Then agree. Okay. Okay. As we said before, this lab will be typical to the last one, but it will be in a different way. The last the last lab, we created a new bucket through the web interface. This web interface, or this GUI, we usually call the GCP Console, but the terminal or the CLI is called Cloud Shell. So this time we will create a new storage bucket, a new cloud storage bucket through the Cloud Shell. Why? Because some people are more familiar with the Cloud Shell or with the terminal, and they prefer to work with it rather than working through the web interface. So we will do it, and you have both ways to do it, and you decide. I'll close this window, and I will go back and just skip some of these steps until the first practical step, which is create a new bucket. Now we are connected. I'll make it much bigger, and I'll create a new bucket with using this command. I'll rename my bucket like Mana 19 June or 21 June 19 and bash us. Okay, take it, copy, and put it here, paste. Okay, now we are creating a new bucket. It's created. Let's check our progress. This should give us 50 points. Yes, it's completed correctly, and we got 50 points. Next step will be testing our knowledge. Each bucket has a different storage class, which you can specify when you create a new bucket. We talked a few minutes ago about storage classes. We talked about the multi-regional, the regional, the nearline, the cold line. So this question is, the answer is actually true. Yes, it's true, because we have multiple storage classes, and each bucket has a default storage class that we can change on the creation step. Okay. Next step will be upload a new an object into our bucket. First, we need to download a specific image. I'll take it, copy, and paste. This will download a new image called ada.jpg. Okay, then we will upload it to our new bucket. We talked about buckets like a storage on the cloud, like a folder on the cloud with a unique name, globally unique name. Okay, so when we downloaded this file, it's downloaded into the Cloud Shell. The Cloud Shell. The Cloud Shell is a generic machine that's available for all for our GCP projects. Okay, so this is, if we put ls here, we'll find that we have README file and image file. So we need to upload it to the new bucket. How can we find this bucket from the web interface? Let's see. Here is storage browser. We should see here our newly created bucket. Okay, but this bucket has no files inside. As you can see, there is no files still. So we need to upload it from the Cloud Shell up to the newly created bucket. I'll take this command, copy, or actually I'll take only this part. Okay, this command is, let's explain this command. Use the GS utilities to copy the local file that's called ada.jpg into our newly created bucket. This is the bucket name, Mena-21 June 19-asset. Okay, so we are copying from local file. Here is the local file. That's local file. Okay, here it is, to our bucket. It's now operation completed. If we make a refresh here, where is refresh bucket? We should see the new file. Here it is. Okay, I hope this is clear. Okay, now we will remove the local file. We will delete the local file. If we delete the local file, it will not be deleted from the cloud folder or the cloud bucket. So we will delete the. First, let's list all items we have here. We have two files, README and an image. Let's remove the ada file. Okay, it's now removed from the local storage, which is the Cloud Shell. But if we did like ls, we only have readme file, right? But if we click refresh, we still have this image uploaded like on the cloud storage bucket, because these two are two different things. Okay, now we need to download an object from our bucket. We need to download it from the cloud storage bucket into our cloud shell. Okay, we'll take this copy and we'll replace it with our bucket name. What's it called? It's called mena-21 June 19 dash. Okay, and put this comment here. Now we are downloading from here, from this cloud storage bucket into our cloud shell. Cloud shell, it had only a README file. Now if we did list items, we'll see both files. The downloaded file at a .jpeg and the existing file, which is README file. Okay, I hope this is clear. If you have any questions, please feel free to post it on the YouTube chat. We'll be happy to answer any of your questions. Let's go to the next step. Copy an object to a folder in the bucket. We need to create a new folder on that bucket and upload this file to it. So let's take this as an example. I'll put it here and take, for example, this bucket name. Replace it here and replace it here. Copy this and take it here. Yes. Now we are copying from our bucket. We are copying from our cloud storage bucket into a new folder inside the same bucket. We will call this folder image folder. So if we click refresh, what do you think we will see? We will see the same file plus a new folder called image folder. Plus, if we enter this image folder, this new image folder, we will see another copy of this image. Let's see. Refresh. Okay, we have that file and we have that folder. If we clicked on image folder, we'll find a copy of that file again inside it. Okay. Okay, what's the next step? Next step will be check my progress. Let's see how much we will get for our score. We got 75 out of 100. I think we still have one last step to do. Let's list all files. As we said before, we can list all files inside the cloud shell, yani locally, by ls command, right? We have only two files, ada and readme. What about listing all files on the bucket itself? We need to list the all files inside the cloud bucket, which is the upstream. How can we do that? We can do that through this command, which is gsutility ls, the same ls command, but we through the gsutility, and we will give it that bucket name. I'll take this bucket name and change it to our bucket name, which is mena-21 June 19 asset. Okay, let's put this here. And gsutility ls, it will list all files, which will be the other file, the other JPEG and image folder, these two. It's not recursive, so it's not listing all files inside the image folder. It will give you one level only. Okay, and yes, that's what it said. What else? List details for an object. If we need to get a specific details about a specific file, we can list -l, a specific file. I'll get this here, and let's get our bucket name. Our bucket name here, replace it, copy and paste, just for quick navigation. Okay, cool. We have this file is that's the size, that's the last date of modification, that's the path of this file on this on our bucket. The bucket has only one object. This file specifically has one object. Total size is that amount of bytes, or for short, around 300 kilobytes. Okay. What's the next step? Next step should be making an object publicly accessible. We said that we can make this this file accessible by entering, clicking on the file 3 dots, edit permissions, then add user, call it anything like all users, and give it reader access, right? But how can we do that? Through I'll cancel, I'll not save. How can we do the same step through the terminal or Cloud Shell? That's what we are going to do right now. Let's see that comment. I'll take it, copy. GS utility, ACL, or it's short for access control list. It's short for access control list. Change user, all users, give them read access. Okay, and this is the file that we are going to change its access. I'll change my bucket name, MENA-21 June 19-asset. Copy this one here. You can see this is still not public. If we refresh, it should be public right now. Now it's public, and we can click and find it public. This is the photo that we downloaded and then uploaded to our bucket. Okay, check my progress and see if this task is completed. Yes, it's completed correctly, and we got our full score 100 out of 100. Test our understanding that an access control list, ACL, for short, ACL, is a mechanism you can use to define who has access to your bucket and objects. Yeah, that's correct. That's true. An access control list, ACL, is a mechanism you can use to define who has access to your own buckets or objects. True. Yes. Can we remove a specific public access? Can we remove that access that we added? We said that we are changing access to users, all users, giving read access. Now we will do the same. We will reverse it and do this. ACL, change, delete for all users, any access. Okay. We'll change our bucket name. It will be MENA-21 June 19-asset. Okay, copy and paste it here. Updated ACL on this specific file. If we refresh this file, we should get access denied. Yes, access denied. We no longer have access to this file. And if we refresh, we will see this is not public. The public access will be removed. Refresh. And yes, not public anymore. Okay. Okay, what else? We have below our multiple choice questionnaire to reinforce your understanding of the lab's concepts. Answer this best of your ability. You can stop publicly shared object by removing permission entry that have all users. By removing a project owner rule, by updating. No, the correct answer will be all users. All users? Yes, that's correct. How can we remove an object from the local storage? We said we already did that before by typing. Let's see which files do we have locally on the Cloud Shell. We have two files. We can remove that local file, rm, and type that file name, right? Now, we removed that file from the local storage, but it still exists here on the cloud storage. If we refresh, we see that we have this file still exists. But if we list all items on the local storage, the Cloud Shell, we no longer have it. Okay, how can we delete this from the cloud storage? Very easy. The same rm command, but using the GS utility. That command, GS utility. Here we go. GS utility rm, and change the bucket name MENA 21 June 19-asset, and the file name /ada.jpg, and we'll click that one, enter. In this case, we are removing it from the cloud storage. Okay, operating completed over one object. If we click refresh, we should only see that image folder, only that image folder. This one will be deleted. Refresh. Yes, it's already gone. I think we already completed this lab. That was the fourth lab. We did 4 labs online. We got our score here, and we are good to go. We can now end lab. Let's see if we have any questions on the live chat. Please, okay, and why we need this link to access? If I create an account on Quick Labs, can I finish 4 labs? At least for free. I mean, is there an initial free credits and it will finish after ending some labs? Okay, I'm not sure if I understand correctly that question, but what I understood is why should we use this link that we give you, this link, the bit.ly/mena 21 June 19, the access link for Quick Labs. Why should we use this link? Because Quick Labs by default is a paid platform. It is a paid training platform for the cloud. If you registered on Quick Labs, by default, you will get 0 credits. You will not get any credits. And thus, when you try to start any labs, you will not get any chance or any labs opened. Can we give it a try? Yes, let's try this. I'll try to end this lab, and I'll cancel this one. I'll go outside and click sign out. I'll just create a new account very quickly. A new account like, okay, let me create a new account, but first I'll get a new disposable email. Let me get a new disposable email very quickly. Okay. Please don't do that, but just for quick to get the idea. Okay, let me verify that account quickly. Okay, now it's verified. Okay, if you registered, you will get 0 credits. If you registered by default on Quick Labs, you will get 0 credits. And if you go to the cloud catalog, and then GCP Essentials, and then try to creating a virtual machine, skip that video and start lab. No, there is no subscription. You need to buy credits. Or if you have some credits, you have to launch with access codes. Okay, but if you used the link that we provided you, that link here, it will give you one Okay, are we back? Are we back or not yet? Still not yet. Okay, we are back. Okay, that was the answer for your question. Why should we use this link to get free access to Quick Labs for 1 full month? And if you completed one course, you will get another month for free. Okay, so we completed this one, and until when this link is still available, it's only available until today midnight. So you have to register today until midnight. It will be available. After that, it will expire and you cannot use it. That's why you have to register as soon as possible, at least to get the free credits on Quick Labs. Then you can solve any labs within that month. You don't have to solve these 4 labs today or anything limited by today. The one thing that's limited until today is the registration. Register to that to Quick Labs using that link. And once you see a monthly subscription, you are good to go. You have then a subscription to solve any Quick Labs or any labs, any trainings here on Quick Labs anytime within that month. I hope you enjoyed this training. We covered 4 labs. We covered the Cloud Shell and the Gcloud tool. We covered these 4 labs basically. Let's see it on here. Cloud Catalog. We covered inside the GCP Essentials 2 labs, creating a virtual machine and getting started with Cloud Shell and Gcloud. We completed these 2. We didn't take maybe 20 minutes for this one and maybe 10 minutes for this one. You can complete it in less than that even. And we completed 2 other labs that's not inside GCP Essentials. Cloud Storage Console. Let's search about it. Here it is. Cloud Storage Quick Start Console. We completed this one as well. Okay. And we completed Cloud Storage CLI. And this one. So we basically completed 4 labs. We got an introduction about the GCP cloud computing, about the cloud models, the 4 popular cloud models, the private cloud, infrastructure as a service, IaaS, or platform as a service, PaaS, or software as a service, SaaS. And we give a quick overview about GCP services like the computing services, big data services, identity and security, the machine learning APIs, storage and databases, IoT core, and we said that we can utilize the management tools to monitor and trace errors, to monitor our services, to restart any services, to auto-scale any services, like create a new auto-scaling group where you can, for example, monitor your CPU usage. Once the CPU usage reach 85%, automatically add a new server, automatically increase the RAM, automatically deploy 5 more servers. You can create an auto-scaling group to monitor and auto-scale your infrastructure automatically without having any DevOps engineer or any system admin staying and monitoring things human-wise. We talked about the networking tools and developer tools like the SDKs that's available for us open source. Most of it already open source, and we can utilize it using Ruby on Rails, PHP, Java, Go, Python. It's available in multiple languages, and we can use it. Open source tools, there is multiple other open source tools like TensorFlow and Kubernetes. We talked about a little bit more about GCP Compute Engine and GCP App Engine, and talked about the companies, the many services that's using App Engine currently. And we talked about the typical web architecture and how that's very painful for us on a technical point of view, and we can just save time and save technical overhead by only using App Engine. App Engine will just get rid of all of that for us and manage everything for us seamlessly. But we took a training on the Compute Engine, not the App Engine. We make another training about the App Engine, and you can find some other trainings here on Quick Labs about App Engine. It's also a very good service online on the GCP that you can utilize for your own projects. We talked quickly about the GCP storage classes, storage services like in-memory and App Engine Memcache, Cloud SQL, Cloud Storage, Data Store, the difference between relational and non-relational and object, and we give an example, practical example only on Cloud Storage. We will have some other trainings for the non-relational or relational databases in the near future, inshallah. We talked about the BigQuery, but we will do a training on BigQuery later on also. We talked about the decision tree. How can you take your decision on which service is the most efficient for your own product or project? And we said that at the end of the day, it's only it's like a Lego. You decide which part of this Lego could be efficient for your project. And we said that some people may build hospitals, may build a spaceship, or company building or anything. It's up to you to decide what resources are available for you and what's the requirements for your own project. So yeah, we completed 4 labs. I hope you enjoyed the training. These are the topics we completed. If you completed 4 labs on Quick Labs, please feel free to fill this form. This form will give you the opportunity to get free access to Coursera. We will be sending this Coursera free access at the end of June, within 2 weeks, inshallah. And also, please fill the feedback here. We would like to know your feedback on this session. What are you expecting from online trainings like this one? If you have any feedback, like what was good in this session, what was challenging, so we can enhance and improve every time and make things better in each session. This is the first one. I know it wasn't that perfect. We had a few issues with the connection. We had a few other issues that we can make it better next time, inshallah. We'll try to make this like a periodical online sessions. We'll make it in multiple versions for multiple categories or technologies. We'll talk in upcoming session about App Engine, Kubernetes, and Docker and containers. We'll talk about machine learning APIs. We'll talk about maybe TensorFlow and PyTorch, and we'll talk about some other technologies. We'll try to cover almost every single aspect of the cloud. We are also planning to do IoT trainings online. We are also planning to do both machine learning APIs and machine learning TensorFlow trainings online. So just give us your feedback. We need to know your opinion on this session and what do you expect from it. And as we said, you can apply for the Coursera free access through this link. Feel free to submit your Quick Labs profile. Your Quick Labs profile is very important to give you access to Coursera, since we will confirm if you completed 4 labs or not. How can you give us your Quick Labs profile? I'll let you know right now. How to get your Quick Labs profile? Just go here, My Learning on Quick Labs, My Learning, View Public Profile. Okay, if you see a message that's asking for you to make your profile public, please click yes, since you have to make it public so we can confirm that you have completed 4 labs. And take this link, okay? This link, the link that you see inside it, your name and how many labs you completed, how many questions you completed. Take this link and submit in the Coursera form, okay? Take this link. Okay, that's how can you get your profile, your Quick Labs profile. And this is the Coursera, the StudyJam Coursera access request. Once you finish 4 labs, please fill this form. These are the things that we covered today. Thank you so much. If you would like to reach me on Twitter, I'm available on this link. Twitter.com/OMRANIC, Omranic. My name is Abdurrahman Omran. My Twitter handle is Omranic, OMRANIC. So please feel free to reach me on Twitter. The private messages are open for everyone. Let's see if we have any other questions before we call it off for today. I missed the beginning of the session. Is it saved on YouTube and I can watch it again? Okay, at least for the upcoming 2 hours, it will be available. I hope it. We may leave it online. But please don't like. The main purpose of this training is for people to attend it online and try to solve these trainings together. And if they have any questions, to ask it live. So it will be available, but we don't guarantee that we will keep it forever. So if you need to rewatch it again, try to make it today. There is another version of this training, the theoretical part, that the presentation already recorded on this channel, so you can reach it. It's called Introduction to Google Cloud Platform. I'm the speaker as well in that session, so you can get back to it, but it's actually in Arabic, I believe. I think I recorded it in Arabic. But anyway, we'll do this again, and we'll do it in Arabic, inshallah, tomorrow. If you are interested to attend it, the same content fully in Arabic, it will be happening tomorrow, 7 to 10 p.m. Dubai time. So make sure to attend. Make sure, feel free to invite any of your friends. Anyone can attend this session and they get access to quick labs. Let me see if we have any other questions. So the free access on Coursera is only 1 month, and it's July only. Okay. The Coursera access, we will send it to you within 2 weeks from now, like at the end of June. And it will be, yes, for 1 full month. You can select one of 5 categories, one of 5 courses on Coursera. There is 5 courses that will be available for you on Coursera. 2 of them are about cloud, 2 of them are about machine learning, and 1 about cloud security. If you are looking for another course, please feel free to send it to me, and we'll see if we can include it in the future, inshallah. It will be free access on Coursera for any course I choose, or limited to determined by you? Okay, that's the same question. So it's basically 5 5 courses that's determined by us that we believe will be very beneficial for people, and we are open for any suggestion. If you have any other course, please feel free to post it here or send it to me on Twitter, and we will be happy to look forward and include it if we can in the future access, inshallah. Can you please post all links here? We can copy. Okay, let me get the catalog GCP essentials. Yes, this is quick-labs / quiz / 23. So the GCP essentials, GCP essentials quiz. That's for the GCP essentials quiz on quick labs. And let's see and we already posted about the free access to quick labs. Quick labs free access. Here is it again, and my Twitter account. /running. What else? What other links we displayed? We have the feedback as well. The feedback will be feedback form will be bit.ly/studyjam/feedback. what else? Let's see. Okay, the feedback is working correctly. Then the other link will be the Coursera as well. Yeah, Coursera, we access. And that's for Coursera. Did I miss any other links? I think that's all. Yeah, let me give you also the link for the slides. If you would like to get back to the slides, it's already available online. Omran Cloud. Okay, slide share or speaker. Yes. Where is my slide? Building. Okay. I couldn't find it online, but anyway, we'll try to find that link and post it later on. For the slides, let me give you the presentation, the recorded presentation, the video. Let's see, cloud. Yes, here is it. And this is a recorded session, Arabic. I think that's all. If you have any other questions, we still have 12 more minutes. If you are still doing the labs right now, I can get any questions if you still have it. If you would like me to keep staying online for additional time for any other questions, feel free. I'm available for you here. And yeah, 11 more minutes and we'll close this live stream. And yeah, feel free to learn as much as you can on Quick Labs before that month ends. You have free access. Once you register on Quick Labs using the link that we provided you, you will get free access for 1 full month. It's available for you to get any training on the cloud with different cloud providers. You can get you can build good skills using Quick Labs. You can prepare for the final exam if you are looking for to get the certification, official certification from Google. You can get a career using this training platform. Try to build skills and try to know better about the cloud computing, the cloud architecture. And I know many people who already did that, and they are now officially certified as a cloud architects. And to be honest, this is one of the best roles or jobs that you can do, or one of the best roles that you can achieve in your career. So yeah, feel free to reach me if you have any other questions on Twitter or anywhere. Actually, I'm available online everywhere with the same username, Omranik. Yeah, if you don't have any other questions, we can just close by now or in 2 minutes. We don't have to wait 10 more minutes. So, any questions related or unrelated? Or maybe suggestions for upcoming topic? We can make like prioritization for a specific topics. If you would like to see, for example, a training about specific technology, we can do that. So feel free to post on the YouTube chat. Okay, it's still 9 Dubai time. It's 9:51. Let's say that we will close on 9:53. So we still have 2 minutes. If you have any questions, please catch up and post it. Questions for me, everything is clear about the suggestions. Could it be about deep learning and machine learning? I promise you that we will be doing something about machine learning APIs. But for deep learning, we have some plans, but it will be face-to-face events, and we have some other plans that we still didn't announce it yet. Since deep learning, it's a very tough topic. I'm not sure if it will be easy to do it online or not, but yeah, thank you for this suggestion. We'll try to make it happen, inshallah. But for sure, we have like machine learning APIs training coming soon. How can we know about these trainings? Expect an email or a message from one of our communities, or maybe reach me on Twitter, or I can post. Probably I'll post it online on Twitter as well. Yeah. Same as Bashari suggestion. Okay, we'll try to make it happen, inshallah. Any other questions? Last minute. Okay. Again, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for following this session. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was beneficial for you, and you got some skills, or at least you got the keys to learn new skills on the cloud. Okay, the one other comment, if there is event about deep learning, even if it's far from city, you can record it. We'll try to announce these sessions in the upcoming few weeks, inshallah. So thank you again. The upcoming conference session will be tomorrow, same content, but in Arabic. It will, and the other topics it's still not announced. We'll announce it soon, inshallah. Once it's announced, I'll try to post it online, and you can join it later. We will try to announce like the upcoming week or month or something like that, so people can know the dates before it happens and join us on the online training. Again, thank you so much for your time. I really enjoyed this session. I hope you enjoyed it too. I hope you learned something new. And if you have any questions, please reach me on Twitter. I'll be happy to reply on your questions and help you as much as I can. Layla Saeed, inshallah. Have a good night, and see you or talk to you soon, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.